Hey, Physique Freaks, how's it going? Scott Tuzana, MetabolicMasterpiece.com. Yesterday's video was all about progress and how I feel that making progress can be an incredible motivator, or it also has the potential to set you back. And I really appreciate the insights that many of you shared in the comment box below. Really sparked a great discussion. And I also shared the video in my Physique Master Movement group coaching experience, which great conversation came out of that as well. One comment in particular from Carrie, who has dropped a boatload of weight and she's maintained that weight loss for the past few years. She is absolutely crazy shredded. And the fun thing about her, the thing that inspires the heck out of me, not only has she maintained that weight loss, but she really has a strong desire to build and improve upon her physique. And her comment was in regards to the frustration with the slow muscle gains at this point. Now, that is to be expected from an experienced lifter. I've been at this for 25 years and gains have come at a slow and steady rate. I'm really excited if I can gain 2 pounds of muscle in a year. And Carrie also is an experienced lifter, and she's well aware that gains come slow at this point, but it's still a little bit difficult to wrap her head around. And she really offered a great insight that she feels that her frustration may stem from the fact that she did drop a lot of weight and she was so accustomed to seeing big drastic changes all the time that now that her focus has shifted on building and it's a slower and steady process, it's tough mentally to wrap her head around that. She's so used to seeing the big visual changes, that small changes, it's tough for her to notice. So we had a good little discussion because where she sees frustration, I see opportunity. I really found that once my muscle gains began to slow down, it really opened my eyes to the beauty of the process. I began to really look for the little things to get excited about. Whether it was during a workout, really improving the quality of every rep, a subtle little change in stance, grip, or angle, intentions, really trying to feel the movement differently. Actually, just yesterday when I was doing rear delt cable flies, I was training with Santina and I raised my hands just a little bit higher and I felt even more tension in my rear delts. So I told her to do the same thing and sure enough, she felt it. And we were giddy with excitement. We were like little kids in a candy shop getting excited about those little subtle changes. They can have a big impact on our physique. And little things with eating, nutrition, like really savoring every bite, really becoming aware of how each meal impacts your energy, your performance in the gym, how you feel. Are you bloated with certain foods? Do you feel lighter with certain foods? Sleep. How does your night's sleep from the night before impact your overall performance, focus, mental clarity? And that was an aspect, that's something that I brought up to Carrie because she was really focused on gaining muscle and strength. And she's like, my strength hasn't been going up lately. It doesn't look like I'm gaining muscle. So she's really frustrated. I'm like, well, how's your sleep? How's your stress? How's your overall lifestyle? And those were areas that were actually suffering in her life. So I'm like, well, focus on those things. Focus on what can you do to get a better quality sleep at night? Can you turn off electronics? Can you do a brain dump to get things off your mind? Can you read a book? What can you do to relax yourself before you go to bed? How about stress? What can you do to manage your stress throughout the day? Those are things that when you focus on improving those areas, you can see drastic changes in your overall life, your performance, your focus, your energy, your mood. Just little things like going out for a walk and becoming more present in the moment. When I'm out with Chief, just focusing on the smells, the sounds, all my surroundings, little things like that. There's so many factors, so many facets that go into mastering your physique. It's so much more than just the workout, just the nutrition, so much more than gaining strength or burning fat or building muscle. There's so many different aspects that you can improve. And so I really got her to open her mind to just embracing the process. It's something that she's been wrapping her head around and really trying to improve on. She's making progress there, but there's always work to do. I am constantly learning myself. And what I'm realizing, each time I go through a cutting phase, each time I go through a muscle building phase, I'm learning something new. It's all about basically each cutting phase, each building phase is practice for the next one. And you just take what you can learn from that process, from the journey, and carry it forward to the next one. Really becoming aware of your thoughts, especially when I'm eating. I spoke about that in the recent video, the full week of eating, how when I pigged out on Friday night, my goal was to have a refeed, but I wanted to cut it off at maintenance. But I found myself thinking, you know what? I've dropped 10 pounds this month. I've been making really great progress, and I want to slow that progress down a little bit. I'm good. And I found myself justifying that excess food, and I caught myself in that moment because I've done that in the past, and it's really been what's held me, it's really prolonged my cutting phases in the past. I didn't want that to happen now, so I nipped it in the bud. So becoming aware, really practicing, like each of those is a cutting phase, muscle building phase is practice, but each workout is practice. You can practice the movements, improving the quality of the rep. You can practice when you're eating, really savoring every bite. The things that you can practice to improve your quality of sleep, stress management, lifestyle, so many things. It's all about practice and being process oriented, really improving all facets of physique mastery. 2 books that I've read lately, The Practicing Mind, highly recommend it. Mastery by George Leonard, 2 excellent books. Evan Elevation recommended this to me. Thank you, brother. JC Dean recommended Practicing Mind. Thank you for that recommendation. 2 solid books. I've always been process oriented, but these were great reminders and just great little tools to help me even improve my mindfulness and being process oriented. Another topic that came out in regards to embracing slow, steady progress is that some people need to see the big changes. They feel like they need to see the big changes. So there was one gentleman in particular said during a muscle building phase, he will gain 30, 40 pounds because it feels like he's making progress. He's loving food, he's indulging in it. And then he'll go through a cutting phase, and because he's dropping 30, 40 pounds, he feels like he's making big changes. Even at the end of the cutting phase, if he didn't gain any muscle at all, if he ends up being the same weight that he was at the end of the last cutting phase, there's no progress there, even though he saw big drastic changes. So don't get caught up in needing to see big drastic changes. Don't get caught up in end results. Really focus on all the little things that you can practice on throughout this journey, throughout this process. How you can improve, how can you just get even more joy out of every single thing that you're doing, everything that you're putting into your physique transformation and your life transformation. Hope you enjoyed this message. Thank you so much for sharing this journey with me, allowing me to get this rant. I think one thing in particular that, last finishing thoughts, is that I find that when you're focused on big changes, you can really start taking things, you take things for granted. You're expecting big, fast results, and you take the little process stuff for granted. So focus on the little things, and when you do that, you can find so many victories to celebrate each and every day and not need to make big changes, not need to wait till the end result in order to experience success and happiness. Catch you tomorrow.